But one thing that I think, where me and Ashley have gotten it right, is that we have become so intentional about raising our children with a love for the local church. We want our kids to love the local church, so that way when they grow up, they will still want to be a part of a local church. Here's why I know this, is because you become like the people you do life with. Have you ever noticed that? That when you hang out with people, you kind of start acting like them and thinking like them and start doing the same things that they do? Here's what Proverbs says. The one who walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools suffer harm. Isn't that so true? Like, I know that whenever you were kids, whether you did something good or something bad, you probably did it with somebody else, right? Like if you ever did something good, it was probably with you and some of your buddies, and you were like, look what we did. And I'm like, that was a good thing. But if you ever did something dumb, you probably did it with somebody dumb, right? And if not, then you were the dumb one. Anybody ever a dumb friend? Yep. Who else, like me, was the dumb friend? Yeah, I was the dumb friend. But what's interesting is that I was raised in the church, but I stopped going to church when I was about 14, 15. I walked away from the Lord, and I started going to school and hanging out with people that I should not have had any business hanging out with, and they had a negative influence on me. And that led me to a life of drugs and partying, and eventually I had a drug addiction, and I got arrested, and I was homeless for a moment. And I became a bad influence on other people's lives. Because the people you do life with, you become like. But whenever God saved me at the age of 20, I got involved in a local church. I started serving in that church. I started giving to that church. I joined a small group in that church. And you know how I overcame my drug addiction? You know how I eventually got married and learned to become a husband, and how I learned to read my Bible and was called to ministry? It all happened in the context of a local church community. Why? Because you become like the people you do life with. Now, what if we could spare our children from the years of tears and heart?